justice for peace. When I say end this proxy war, Afghanistan!
A&B Afghanistan! Zindabad Afghanistan! Jamhuriyat! Zindabad Afghanistan! Zindabad Afghanistan! Jamhuriyat! What we want! Peace! 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 What we want! Report to the Afghanistan!
Peace! We want 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 peace! Save Afghan women! Save Afghan women! Save Afghan women! Save Afghan women! Zindabad peace! We want peace! Zindabad Afghanistan! Zindabad!
There's only one message. We want unity and we want people to unite. We don't want any division and we don't want any more occupation that's taking place.
السلام علیکم و رحمت الله و برکاته. امروز هستیم در لندن و یک پروتست است برای افغانستان. میریم همراه نفرا گپ میزنیم و میبینیم که فیلینگشان چه رقم است towards Afghanistan and how they feel. ولی میریم بخیر و همراهشون صحبت میکنیم. مسیجتان چیست در افغانستان و چی میخواید؟
موږ په افغانستان کې دا غواړو چې باید موږ تاسو دا کمپارستی ختمه کړو. راځي چې سره یو ځای شو. کله یو چی شی راځي هغې کې دا نه ګوري چې دا پښتون د تاجک د ازبک د هزاره ده ټول پکې مرو د افغان په شکل باندې موږ تاسو وژنی. بیا برادرای ما شما یک جای شویم این کمپارستی را اعلان کو. اما پشتون تاجک ازبک هزاره کلش ما شما یک افغان هستیم. ما میخوایم در افغانستان صلح بیاید. ما میخوایم در افغانستان ما شما کلش در این بیرق زندگی کنیم. وطن ما شماست، نه از پاکستان است، نه از دیگر. بیا که یک جای شویم این کمپارستی را اعلان کو.
تشکر. یک جان تشکر. خود کدام گفتنی داری؟
من په وطن کې فقط سوله غواړو که د هر چا حکومت یې موږ د افغانانو وینه نه غواړو. موږ ډېره وینه ورکړې ده، بس ته موږ نور په وطن کې نه جنګ غواړو. موږ په خپل وطن کې سوله او امنیت غواړو.
میریم پیش دیگه و ببینم که دیگه چی میخواین گفتنی ها دارن درباره افغانستان. السلام علیکم برادر. خوب هستین؟ بخیر باشین. السلام علیکم گایز. خوب هستین؟ شکر. میخواستم بسان کنیم که نظر شما چی است درباره فعلی افغانستان که امیال سیچویشن افغانستان هم که ما میخوایم هم ما در پروتست چی میخوایم از افغانستان؟
صلح میخوایم، آرامی میخوایم. مهمتر از همه طالب نمیخوایم. طالب نمیخوایم که عسکرای ما رو کشتن، پدر، مادر، خوار برادر ما رو کشتن. طالب هیچ وقت نمیخوایم. هیچ وقت. ما باید مقاومت کنیم. 20 سال ادامه دادیم، 20 سال دیگه هم ادامه میدیم، ولی نسل‌های آینده ما را می‌خوایم جور کنیم. وطن ما را نمی‌خوایم دیگه بفروشیم به دست یکی باز به دست.
شما کدام گفتگی دارین درباره افغانستان؟
بله ما درباره افغانستان نیست که صلح میخواین مردم ما خسته هستن و از پس که خسته شدن انمال میگن مقصد صلح باشه. حتی اگه طالبان میآیه اومدن گفتن که ما صلح الکی میتیم و یا باور دارن حاله و این خیلی اشتباه است و هیچ وقت قبول نداره طالبان و این طالبان و سر زنها ظلم شوه و مردم ما و این که ظلم سر چیز طالبان انمال اشتباه میکنن و دولت فاسد نمیخوایم دیگه باشه که همراهی کنه همراه طالبان و کشورهای دیگه.
تشکر. و درباره women's rights چی فکر میکنین currently in Afghanistan؟ حالا میگن که women's rights اجازه است you could go back to work and everything.
کلش دروغ است، اشتباه است. فقط میخوایم که جلب توجه مردم اینجا وست بگیرن و همین که فعلا آرام باشن با این که میگن آرام نیست ولی هنوز مردم زیر شوانه کشته میشه و چیزای دیگه میشه. مردم نمیبینن.
تشکر. و چی فکر میکنین نفرایی که میخوای از افغانستان حالا برای و ایرپورت میبینیم که وضعش بسیار خراب است؟
ما بسیار یک پیام مهم داریم برای کسایی که افغانستان را ترک میکنن، خصوصا برای کسایی که این برنامه سازی را کردن. نیروی بشری ما را شما از وطن ما دور میکنین. کسایی که تحصیل کرده هستند، کسانی که انگلیسی ها دارن، کسایی که در دولت کار کردن، کسایی که کمرای انجیو ها کار کردن، کلش از وطن میکشین. ما را 50 سال 100 سال عقب میندازین. این کار غلط است.
تشکر. تشکر. روز خوش بخیر. Thank you guys. السلام علیکم. خوب هستین؟ بخیر باشید. نظر شما چیست درباره افغانستان برای حال و چی میخواین از افغانستان بکنید؟
بسم الله الرحمن الرحیم. شمشیر بشبیلی هستم. در کشور لندن. ما از فعلا در شرایط فعلی که میبینیم وطن ما بسیار در حالت خراب است و ما میخوایم که در وطن ما یک صلح آرامی بیاید. همه ما باید اتحاد بدیم و همیشه کوشش کنیم که در وطن ما صلح آرامی بیاید و این گپا را بگذاریم که تو مچم پشتون هستی، تو هزاره هستی، تو ازبک هستی، تو اتر هستی، حال سر بیرق جنگ داریم، سر نام نشان، این کارا فایده ندارن. ما باید در وطن ما یک صلح آرامی را بیاریم، کل ما دست به دست بدیم.
تشکر.
بسم الله الرحمن الرحیم. قدرت الله حمیدی ما زمونږ دا درخواست چې زمونږ په وطن کې سوله آرامي راشي که موږ د نړیوالو په تمه اوسو نړیوال هېڅکله موږ ته زمونږ هېواد نه جوړوي او نه به یې جوړ کړي. باید موږ تاسو په خپله دا هېواد په خپله جوړ کړو او باید موږ تاسو ټول سره یو موټی شو. تاجک، پښتون، هزاره باید دا زمونږ تاسو نه ووځي. باید موږ تاسو په یو اتفاق په یو اتحاد خپل وطن ته کار وکړو. زمونږ مشران ټول خاینین دي، خرڅ شوي دي. باید موږ تاسو دا نوی نسل چې دا خپل وطن په خپله خپو باندې ودروو.
یک جان تشکر. روز خوشبختانه میکنم. مادر جان خان سلام علیکم.
سلام علیکم.
خوب هستین؟ بخیر باشید. مادر جان خان از افغانستان شما چی میخواین؟
ما از افغانستان صلح آرامی، آزادی بیان، استقلال بر تمام فامیلا و تمام مملکت خود. جنگ نمیخوایم، طالبان نمیخوایم. بله.
درباره women's rights چی فکر میکنید؟
نظر من باره است که همیشه مقابله کنن، مقابل حقوق خود، مقابل رای بدن، رسان کنن. به این نظر من همیشه. بله.
یک جان تشکر مادر جان. روز خوشبختانه. چی نظر دارید درباره افغانستان و چی فکر میکنید درباره current situation شد؟
I think the situation is very bad. All our human rights in Afghanistan are being erased. People's freedom is lost. The government is gone, and Pakistan, Taliban, they're corrupting our country. All we want is for our Afghan lives to be saved.
تشکر. زنده باشید. فقط میخوایم که افغانستان آرامی باشه. طالبان رو نمیخوایم. خداوند بیار از وطن ما کم کنن. میخوایم یک صلح و صمیمیت سر افغانستان و میخوایم از تمام مملکت‌های روی جهان، امریکا و دیگه متفقی United Nations که افغانستان را کمک کنند.
What do you think about the current situation of Afghanistan and what do you think is going to happen? What's the future for that?
Hi everyone, I'm Dina. I think that's a very difficult question right now. Obviously I want peace for the people, but the Taliban, I don't think they've changed. They're not to be trusted. But personally I do feel our only option now is to have some sort of a revolution where we have young, democratic Afghan people with fresh minds coming together, standing united, who, you know, they can separate politics and religion. They come together, they know how to establish connections with other countries, but we need definitely a fresh mindset and a sort of new opportunity for people to stay united and inshallah bring Afghanistan together.
Inshallah. And a quick question about human rights and women's rights. What do you think about the current situation that they're saying women can go back to work, get kids back to normal, get started? What do you think about that? What's your view?
It's difficult because the Taliban is so divided at the moment. They haven't come together to announce an official statement. We're hearing from different members of the Taliban. Some of them are saying women are allowed to go to school until university level. Some are saying they're allowed to go until they're 13, and then God knows what happens after. But of course, I think it's very early days right now. They've made their announcements, but let's see if they're going to stick to it. Personally, I am pessimistic. I feel like our women will suffer a great deal. They will be oppressed. But once again, with the Taliban, it's a time will tell situation. But of course, I do hope that women don't suffer as much as they did back in the war when they ruled us back in the 90s.
Thank you so much.
Yeah.
All we could do is pray for the best for Afghanistan.
Absolutely.
And inshallah hope for the best as well.
Let's hope for
Thank
the
you
best.
so much. Have a lovely day.
Thank you so much.
در افغانستان صلح سرتاسری در تمام افغانستان میخوایم که زیر یک بیرق باشه، سیاه، سرخ، سبز، تمام افغانان زندگی کنند. فقط میره میخوایم همه ما آزاد، خوش و آرام باشیم.
ما یک ملت آزادی میخواهیم. ما از افغانستان چیزی دیگه نمیخوایم، فقط میخوایم آزاد زندگی کنیم. فقط ما دولت جمهوری افغانستان رو داشتیم، ما رو میخوایم در آینده هم داشته باشیم. ما طالب نمیخوایم. مرگ به طالبان، زنده باد ملت جمهوری اسلامی افغانستان.
تشکر. ما میریم ولی پیش دیگه و ببینیم که اینا چی میخواین از این پروتست. سرجان هستیم. سرجان از افغانستان شما چی میخواین؟
خب زه ډېر غواړم چې په افغانستان کې صلح راشي انشاءالله، لکه څنګه چې په نورو هېوادونو کې صلح دی. زه په افغانستان کې غواړم چې ښځو ته باید حق ورکړل شي لکه نورو ځایونو کې چې دی. او زه نه غواړم چې ټول ملکونه زموږ په افغانستان کې ګوتې باید موږ خپل منځ کې صلح ولرو. باید پښتون، تاجک، ازبک ټول سره یو ځای شي تر څو زموږ وطن جوړ شي. موږ همیشه خپل ځان پسې موږ رشخانوالې خپلو پسې خبرې کړي، پښتون تاجک پسې باید ټول لاس یو کړو تر څو خپل وطن جوړ کړو. بل چاته باید اجازه ورنه کړو چې زموږ په وطن کې ګوتې وي. او زموږ په وطن کې ډېر زیات د تعلیم کمی دی. باید موږ خپل ټول خویندې ورونې تشویق کړو چې درس ووایي تر څو یو ځای ته ورسېږو خپل وطن ودان کړو انشاءالله.
تشکر بسیار زیاد. میریم پیش نفرهای آخر. بخیر پرسان میکنیم که نظرشان چیست درباره افغانستان و میگه خدا. سلام علیکم. خیر باشید. درباره فعلی سیچویشن افغانستان چی فکر میکنین؟ What's your opinion? What do you think is going to happen in Afghanistan?
It's more peaceful than it's ever been in the last 20 or 30 years or 40 years.
Really?
Yeah, like currently right now, ceasefire, nothing's actually happening.
So you think
my family feels much safer now?
I think that this whole situation is backed by propaganda left, right, center. We don't know what's really happening. There's a lot of confusion in the whole region. Outside of Afghanistan. Inside Afghanistan, people are confused because they don't know what they should expect to come. Outside of the people, they don't know what's actually happening within inside the country. I feel like the current situation...
I feel like there's a lot of people like himself saying, okay, it's peaceful now, but we don't want the Taliban and we don't trust them. So if you want to implement Sharia law, we don't want the Taliban to implement it. Secondly, I don't believe a lot of people want Sharia law to be implemented. We don't want stoning, we don't want hands cut off, we want women to work, not just in an Islamic framework, we want women to be free and liberal. And our progression is very slow, but now we've taken a million steps back.
I disagree, kindly. Can I say why I disagree? I disagree because we are an Islamic country, so therefore we should have Islamic law. Now, her worry is the Taliban the right people to implement that Islamic law?
No.
I'm not going to put personal opinion, but let's just say, okay, we don't know that. Now,
we're going by history though. If we go by the history, look at the books. What did the Taliban achieve when they were in power? And what kind of image did they show?
From your perspective, we're not judging anyone politically, it's just our opinions that we're speaking. From your perspective, you think if Taliban continues to rule Afghanistan the way it's doing right now, you think Afghanistan is going to see a better future than what they have seen before?
If they promise what they say, they carry out fully.
They're removing women from society.
No, right now they're saying like women can go to school.
I agree.
They can go to education.
I agree and disagree.
They can they don't have. There's no one type of hijab, which is the burqa. They can
But the right answer is we don't trust the Taliban. We don't want them to be in power.
And people in Afghanistan don't want the old government. So then what happens now?
But they prefer them, and this is the thing. And the women prefer them because right now the Taliban they will eradicate women. Women won't be allowed to be out freely.
So what's your view about women's right in Afghanistan right now? You know how the Taliban said you could go to school, do whatever you want. Do you think that's exactly what they're letting people do? Us seeing the social media, because we're all active on social media and we see all these videos that are put in firsthand. People have experienced it. They're uploading their daughters being harassed or whatever. What we see on social media, what we judge. Do you think, because they've promised us that, okay, women can go back to normal, back to work, everything, do you think they're going to stick to their word? And they will give us a better future?
I think, obviously I'm not a Taliban supporter myself, but I think we should give them a chance. I think they've learned a lot from the last time they were in power.
What's your take on what he just said, the last things he said?
I agree with him to an extent, but I feel like he's saying if the Taliban can bring that peace, then let's welcome them. But we don't trust them because of their history. So why should we trust them? And why do we want them to bring in peace?
I guess Taliban has said that women can go by themselves as well, like in the new. So I don't know. I don't think we should be thinking of, because we are quite brought up in this country and we're like quite westernized compared to Afghans back home. So we don't really know what they want. So I think we all want peace, but we don't know how to get peace. Because like over here, while we were protesting, there was someone saying about Zindabad al-Shabani, and someone else was like Murdabad al-Shabani, right? So they argue.
But that's democracy, and that's
it's
the
democracy.
beauty of it, because you can have an opinion.
Okay. No, I do agree with having an opinion, this and that, but I think
his point is how can you implement? Just the way he said that it's hard for you to trust people to implement Sharia. It's hard for us to implement democracy under people that they don't really know what democracy is. How can you come in here and say you want stability and peace, I want to start, and you come here and do the exact opposite?
Cause of violence just because you want that thing to happen. But you
so you don't want the Taliban to implement Sharia law, and he's basically saying that these people don't have to implement democracy.
I don't want Taliban to rule at all. Like that, they shouldn't exist.
So what should happen? Let's say, let's say our government previously, what happened is been a bit of a struggle up and down. We can't really get a hang of where we're going with the government side. Now Taliban has come over, they've taken it over. We're under the Emirates rules with new regime. Where do we go from here? How can we fix the situation? What should happen for this situation to be sorted?
I think firstly, now that obviously they've gained so much power, the Taliban, I think what needs to happen is conversations with what they have in mind for the future. So what is it exactly they want women to be doing? What can they do? Can they work? We need clarity in the situation, because at the moment there's like all these manifestos and propaganda online, and it's like, what do you believe? Because at the moment, they're saying, for example, you're not allowed to listen to music outside, you're not allowed to have music in hotels, no weddings, no dancing. But is that true? Is that really the case? So I think we need clarity on that. And then moving forward, there needs to be, people need to have the choice to vote. Like people need to be allowed to express their opinions and who they want to rule them.
We have different tribes, like Tajik Pashtun, and we have tribes in Pashtuns and Tajiks and Hazaras, all of that. We all believe in different cultures and Farhang and stuff. So we all have different kind of like mentality and how we want the country to be. I think before anything, we need to come together as Afghans and be like we are one Afghan. We need to do everything together.
I guess this what's been happening and everybody coming together has been an opportunity for us to really reunite and know the value of each other. You know, I've been seeing a lot of Pashtun with Tajik, Hazara, Uzbek, all of us together coming united.
Everyone came to this
to the protest.
The protest with their own definition of what they want to free Afghanistan from. Some of them wants to free from Taliban. Some people came here to free from the imperialism of the West. Some people came to free from the old government. So we really, like, everyone's got their own definition of who they want to free.
So I guess all we can do is we can pray for the best of Afghanistan, inshallah. And
pray for the women.
Pray for the women especially as well. Pray for everyone. Pray for the children, for the mothers, for the women, for the whole country. All we can do is come together and not think about we're Pashtun, we're Hazara, we're Tajik, we're Uzbek. All we unite and all we want is peace in our country. Like you said, we want peace. Like all of us, we agree on that. We want women's rights. We want everybody to be able to do whatever they want as well and live their life the way they want as well. We all have
the whole tribal stuff is silly because I've got Pashtun inside me, I've got Tajik inside me. He's the same. You're probably the same as well. So how are you gonna, inshallah?
I think to the public, it's not about Tajik Pashtun.
Thank you so much, guys. Thank you. And I hope you have an amazing day. Well, that was the end of our talk. Yeah, that went on a bit longer than expected, but alhamdulillah, all we can do is pray for the best of our country and inshallah hope for the best and pray we can just pray. Yeah. Take care, guys. Have an amazing day. Bye.